Mesachas Yevamos daf Peites. The Gemara quotes a Mishnah in the Terumah, Mishe'eni nokov ala nokov, from a otzitz that's not nokov, that's not chayiv and truma deraisa ala nokov, truma v'yachse v'yitzroy. So you have to be chuyiz in Terumah because it's not truma deraisa, because the eni nokov is not mechuyiv mideraisa. And the Rosh and the Rav say, what's the understanding? Why is the truma that you mafresh from this Eine Nogav that's not mechuyev and truma deraisa? Why is it considered truma? And they explain because since you shem truma, you have to give it to the kohen midin truma to leosil to be mezalzel and truma. And Kvege in Mishnayos asks, what's the understanding? And the Rosh that needed to explain the reason why it's considered truma is because that since the Eine Nogav is chayiv and truma midrabanon, so therefore legabe yachiv drabanon, it's considered minachiv al achiv, and therefore it's considered truma and yemechuyev lachsev litroim because the gabi deraisa is considered minaptur al achiv. So Kvega says the answer is the Medina. It's Kriya Shem Betois since he had das the Pati Ikachiv Truma with this Kriya Shem. The Mebina asks, what's understanding in Kvega's Kasha? Because since you're being Terumah, Minaptur al Achiv, so therefore, although the both Mechuyev and Hafrashas Truma with Rabbanon, since you're not pattering the Tevel on the Nokov, so therefore it's not Chalach Leis Truma. It's not enough that they're both mechuyev midrabanan to be mechalach leis truma. You need that the truma be mesakin, the tevel of the nokov, and without that it's not chalash shem truma. So males miyushav hativ. That the Rosh says the reason why it's chalash shem truma is northern shleos lezuzebe. Moving further, the Gemara says that below says Menayan Terumah Naro ala yafeh shetrumasi truma, because it says L'sisu alav chet me'arimch meschal b'menu me'eni kodesh nesiyas chadlama. The Tosis Shanam asks that v'hich teisi that it's chal the chalais hafrosha because me'eni kodesh nesiyas chadlama. Perhaps that it's loike is because Komilsad of Rachmana, you ovid loy mahani, and you loike because you over a memad Rachmana. The same way Rova says at the beginning of Torah that you loike because over a memad Rachmana. So who over here, even though it's not chal, you should be loike because since you were Terumah Naral Yafeh, that alone is mechayiv malchus of Eritesi it's chal. And Chaim and Stencils says the answer to this kasha is that bemes yishlachkar, and that there's an issa being Terumah Naral Yafeh. Is the pshat the issa is being Terumah Ra, or the issa is not being Terumah Yafeh? So Chaim says that the side of the issa is not being Terumah Yafeh, and therefore he explains if Lu Yitzur after you Terumah Ra, you could be Chayzer and Terumah Yafeh again. It wouldn't be issa b'chlal because since you could be Terumah Yafeh, it's not issa at all. So therefore, Chaim says that you can't say that you get malchus because over a memad Rachmana, even though it's not chal, because if it's not chal and you can be Terumah Yafeh, there's no issa b'chlal sakorchoch that you get malchus only because it's chal. Moving further on, the Rashba, the Ritvan and Muk Yosef say the Gabi that had to for kohen to metamet to meis mitzvah, even in the situation that he could pay money to hire a guy or the like, to be chiuv the meis mitzvah. Nevertheless, since he found the meis mitzvah, he's not mechuyev to spend money to hire a guy to be chiuv the meis mitzvah in order for him not to mitama to the meis mitzvah. And this halacha is brought in the Ramah and Yeridea. And the Achronim ask that it's tremendous chiddush that's mavur in the Rishonim. Even though the halacha is that in order not to be over loisa say, someone is mechuyev to be moitzi kol mamoyni. It's not like b'mekayim say they only has to pay until a chomish. He's mechuyev to pay kol mamoyni. But over here, since there is a tchiyah because meis mitzvah is deicha, the iser of tumas koyanim, so therefore you're not mechuyev to be moitzi mom in order not to have the tchiyah. And b'chon kovetz oris has narichas the gabi The get of Esed Deichaloisase declares if the chiuv for the mitzvah is what's Deichel Alav, or in order to mekayim the mitzvah is Deichel Alav, and he brings from his shver Me'ad L'Zechon Levracha declared, what's the halacha? If someone has Esed Deichaloisase like he has Achilas Matzah Chodosh, and in order to get matzah that's heter, it will cost him more than the chaimish of nechosov that he wouldn't be mechuyev mitzad the mitzvah, but in order not to be over the lav, he is mechuyev. Is he mechuyev more than the chaimish to get matzah shel heter? Do you have to look at the essay or the loisasei? So B'chonon says that you're not mechuyev to moitzi more than the chaimish, and he brings a raya from the Rishonim over here that the Rishonim say that if a kohen finds a meis mitzvah, since mitzad the essay he has a heter to mitamet to the meis mitzvah, and he doesn't have a chiuv to be moitzi momin to get out of the tchiyah. So who adin when you have matzah shel chodesh, you're not mechuyev to be moitzi momin to get out of the tchiyah. You have a right to eat the matzah shel chodesh because of Esed Deichaloisase, and that's not considered efshel kaim shneim that you moitzi momin. And he brings another raya from the fact that the sugi in the first parak brings Esed Deichaloisase belav de mechamad, lav de mechamad specifically on your own behema. When you say that you're mechuyev to be mafki your behema, in order that you shouldn't be over on lav de mechamad hakochuch, you see that since mitzad the mitzvahs say it's mutal on you to do the mitzvah, and it's not mutal on you to be moitzi momin. There's no chiuv for you to be moitzi momin not to be over on the loisasei. I am Shlomo Zalman Chuvas Minchas Shlomo. There hasn't a riches the gabi this halacha, and he says that there's many halachas that he paskin that's brought down in Shmir Shabbos Kilchoso, and people mo'ir that it's not true, and he wants to clarify why it's true. And he says that he paskin that if there's a chodesh yesh b'sakona that needs a ner on Shabbos, and there's a ner in a nearby house, but it's a tsar to wake up the neighbor, or another similar tsar to get the ner, or to bring the chodesh yesh b'sakona to the nearby house, he says you're not mechuyev to wake up the neighbor in order that you shouldn't be mechal Shabbos. And he says there are those that argued on this psak of Shmir Shabbos Kilchosa, since his neighbor is also mechuyev to matzil the chodesh yesh b'sakona, so therefore you should wake up the neighbor that he should have to bring the fire, or he should let the chodesh come to his house. And Shlomo Zalman says that he wrote also that if there's electric wires that fell down in Rosh Hashanah, you could call the electric company or Atzalah to come, and if there's torn off electricity, you're not mechuyev to stand in Rosh Hashanah the entire Shabbos to make sure no one gets hurt. And there are those that argue that since you could save the danger by standing there the whole Shabbos, what's the het to Mechal Shabbos? And Shlomo Zalman continues that there's another psak that he paskin that you could call an ambulance on Shabbos even if you have a neighbor that's in Atzola and he could drive on Shabbos, since it'll be a tsar for the neighbor to wake up or to leave his family on Shabbos, you can Mechal Shabbos and call Atzola. So Shlomo Zalman explains the understanding in his psakim is that you see from our sugyo that since it's mutal on the kohen to mitamet meis mitzvah, and there's a heter to be even on the Isser Tumah, because of the mitzvah, he's not mechuyev l'hoitzi moment to get out of the tchiyah. Although you mechuyev l'hoitzi kol moinoi, not to be over lav, all to be koch nefashos, but you're not mechuyev to get out of a heter of tchiyah. So who adin a chodesh yesh b'sakona on Shabbos that there's a heter to light a fire for him, and it's a tsar for the neighbor to wake up or to invite him into his house, the neighbor's not mechuyev to mitztaer him to get you out of the heter tchiyah. And the same thing if there's electric wires or Rosh Hashanah, you're not mechuyev to mitztaer yourself and stand there the whole Shabbos to get out of the heter tchiyah. And who adin, if your neighbor is not solo, as he's not mechuyev to mitztaer himself to get you out of the heter of tchiyah. And Shlomo Zalman's ma'arich many other cases, chodesh yesh b'sakona has tray for food, and you have food that's mutter, you're not mechuyev to give him the food that's mutter, you're not evil because since he has food that he's mutter to eat because koch nefashos allows him to eat it, you're not mechuyev to give up your food to get him out of the heter tchiyah. And he brings from Chuvas Anon that wrote a tshuva, the gabi a chodesh yesh b'sakona that hired a caravan to take him to faraway town. and he would take him a few days, and he came to a city Erev Shabbos, and the people in the city were able to pay a lot of money to get a new caravan, to take him faster, and in a way that he wouldn't have to Michal Shabbos. And Zayis Ranan says that they were not mechuyev to spend a lot of money to get him out of that tchiyah. Mishlam was Meirich, many chuvas, many different cases, v'ayin shom, heitiv, v'ariches b'zeh.